It's the boys from Minnesota back at it again. Hot takes from Nels, Tyler, Josh, and Ben. From the first batter up to the safe clinch, you bitch. Get up out your seats, it's swing and a miss.
Welcome to Swing and a Miss, a baseball podcast.
Oh, I'm the second one now?
I think you're the second one now.
I think we got to restart this.
Where our obnoxious opinions are backed up by cherry-picked stats.
We're live again and clearly confused.
I'm watching a 13 AA team right now lose going into third game of pool play, and I don't like it.
Oh, well,
Rally time.
if you guys can't tell by now, we are live again. This is our second live show.
Yay.
And we want to first and foremost give a huge shout out and thank you to Bent Paddle up here in Duluth, Minnesota.
Yay.
If you have not
Yay, Bent Paddle.
If you have not been to Bent Paddle in Duluth, Minnesota, I really encourage you to come up here. This is really cool for us. It's our second live show, like I said, and it's one of our favorite breweries in Minnesota. Just a few details about us as a show. We've been doing this baseball podcast now for a little over a year. My name is Ben.
I'm Nels.
I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
And we are Swing and a Miss. But before we get into anything, like I said, we want to give that shout out to Bent Paddle, specifically to Karen, Hannah, Pepin, Eric, and Alex today for helping us get the AV equipment set up. So thank you to all of you. Yes. And also thank you to the brew staff, the bartenders, everybody working here today. You guys have been awesome. Now, we've got baseball to talk about, some questionable takes to defend, but we also have a really, really interesting interview that I think all of our listeners are really going to enjoy. Let's get into it, but first things first. For those of you who may be listening to us for the first time, we had the really, I'll call it interesting idea at the beginning of the year to do New Year's resolutions as a show. And we have checked in each episode on how our New Year's resolutions are going. Tyler and myself are actually going to get surprise New Year's resolutions today because ours were too easy. However, Nels to my left is a huge wrestling fan, and part of his New Year's resolution was to befriend Dave Bautista. So we need to get a quick update on how he's doing befriending one Dave Bautista.
So in our last episode, I read the note, the letter I was going to send Dave Bautista. I went old school, sending him an actual letter to his agency. The update is, dear Dave, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
So you did a version of Stan, but for Dave
Well, we're
Bautista.
getting there. It was only 2 weeks ago that I sent the letter. I'm sure he's very busy, so I haven't heard anything back yet. I exhausted all the social media attempts on Instagram and trying to slide into his DMs. So the letter is the last resort. We'll see if he responds back. But it's only been 2 weeks, so fingers crossed.
I think there's another last resort that you can make, which is catfishing him, where you switch your social media profile to an AI-generated beautiful lady and take another crack at it.
I could do that. We'll call that Plan C.
We'll see how it goes. And Josh's New Year's resolution is every episode he has to say something nice about a team that he hates. So,
Or a rival of not necessarily
or a
that I
rival.
hate.
And because we live in Minnesota, because we are in Twins country, Josh is a Tigers fan. So today he's going to say something nice about the Twins.
Yeah, this is an interesting time to be doing that. As we will find out later when we get to league check-in, this division is trash. So the good thing that I can say about the Twins is despite not being very good, still right in it in this division, just like everybody else who is poorly underperforming. So, they're not underperforming worse than the rest of the division at this point.
Is poorly underperforming a different way of saying not terrible?
They're incredibly mediocre, which is on par with the rest of the division.
Okay, fair enough.
Tied with my Tigers, so
I think
hanging around.
I think this is just sour grapes because your Tigers are scuffling, to put it kindly.
The team leading the division is only 2 games over 500. This is not a good division.
We're not at league check-in yet, guys.
Okay.
All right, so Tyler and myself are going to get these 2 New Year's resolutions. So what are they, Nels and Josh?
So you guys can pick one if you want. Otherwise, we'll just flip a coin to assign it. So, resolution number 1 is you have to get a on-field used baseball from a baseball game. It can be
trying to do that for almost 40 years.
It can be a foul ball. It can be a home run. It can be a batting practice. It can be one that the players toss in the stands, but it has to have been on a field.
I will take that one because I try to do it every game I go to.
Okay. Tyler.
Yes.
You have to listen to one new song every week that you have never heard before.
Okay. That's
I should have waited.
I like that
should have
because
waited.
I feel like my song and music preferences are perpetually stuck in 2002.
Yeah.
Where I still think of White Stripes as a new band. And yeah, I could definitely use more exposure to more new music.
So since we record every 2 weeks ish, you should be reporting with 2 new songs every show.
We're going to go over the 2 new songs each show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
And
Let us know what they were.
we'll call that segment Culturing Tyler.
Words are tough.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got our 2 New Year's resolutions, but now we're really excited for really the meat of this episode. We are super thankful and grateful to be joined by the owner and general manager of the Duluth Huskies, Mike Rosenzweig. Hi, Mike.
Hello. How are we all doing today?
We're doing great.
Yes, welcome, Mike.
Thank you so much for being here.
Better now that you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've just raised the profile of the show by like 100 points.
You take the pressure off us too, honestly.
Oh my. Okay. I'll try to make it interesting.
So Mike has been obviously very instrumental in building not just a team on the field, but an experience that people come back to year after year at Wade Stadium. We're really excited to have you. We've got some questions lined up about Husky stuff specifically, but also about you as a person.
Okay.
But if you'd like to, just go ahead and introduce yourself to our listeners and tell a little bit about yourself.
All right. Born and raised in Duluth, Minnesota. Went to the University of Minnesota Duluth, better known as UMD. I started out. I had several different jobs. I mean, if we go back far enough, I was general manager for Burnix Pepsi here in Duluth, and then from there I went to Piper Jaffray in the financial segment of the economy, and finished up the last 20 years at the Royal Bank of Canada, RBC, here in Duluth. And so I had a chance to work with a lot of really great people, and it was a lot of fun. And as I was getting close to my retirement, I decided, gee, I got to do something. So I decided, well, maybe owning a baseball team would be fun.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like one of those things on your bucket list. And you know how things are on bucket lists. Usually they don't ever seem to pan out. But as it turned out, the Dukes had left Duluth.
Just raise your volume a little bit, Mike.
Oh, all right. I don't want to be too loud. Everybody says
No, you're not too loud at all.
Am I not too loud? All right.
No, not at all.
You'll tell me if I'm screaming?
Oh, yeah.
We work with Josh. We know what screaming sounds
you know what
like.
screaming is
just,
like?
just
All right.
wait till you hear some volume.
Okay. All right. I'll make it a little bit louder here. And so the Dukes had left Duluth sort of under the cover of night and became the Kansas City T-Bones at the end of that one season. We didn't have baseball for a while. And then the North Woods League, which is a collegiate wood bat league, was looking for new homes, and they found one in Duluth. And they brought a team here in 2003. Bobby McCarthy was the owner at that time, and he had it for a number of years. In 2010, toward the end of that season, there were rumors that that team was going to be for sale, and I thought, oh, that'd be fun. So talked to a couple of my buddies, and we finally put together a package, and we bought the team in 2011. Now, we officially signed the papers 3 weeks before the season starts.
Oh, wow.
Now, yeah, oh, wow is you're being polite. If anybody's interested in ever buying a baseball team, do not. I repeat, do not do it 3 weeks before the season starts.
Is that not enough time to put together a roster?
No, not really. A lot of things, and the learning curve makes a rocket launch look like it's, going nowhere. So it was a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And then shortly after we bought the team, I wound up buying out both of my other partners. And so now I am the chief bottle washer and cook. And so as the owner and now the GM of the team, I can look in the mirror and actually yell at myself and go, yeah, I guess you are two different people. Because the owner looks at things differently, I think, sometimes than a general manager does.
Yeah.
But we've been so blessed. We've got a great group of fans here in Duluth. We've got a wonderful host family program. That's where a number of our ball players get to stay during the summer with, and they do such a nice job. And it's just so much fun to see these young ball players move up. You know, they're with us, and then all of a sudden they're gone. You know, one of the latest ones we had was Christian Campbell. You know, major league debut back in 2025 with the Red Sox. Played for us a couple of years prior to that.
That's so cool.
So, and that really is cool. And you go, wow, I wonder if he'll remember us.
Right.
Well, nah, usually they don't, but that's all right. You know, Duluth may come up. You know, Duluth will come up when they're on TV and the game's going on. It says, oh, Christian Campbell played here for the Duluth Huskies,
Right.
Duluth, Minnesota. That's when we get our recognition. So we do our little happy dance and move on and hope he at least gets a hit while he's up there. But, you know, there are a lot of things to do in Duluth in the summer. And we are one of many things to do. And so we have to always try to come up with some new, fresh approaches to however we want to try to handle things so that people want to come back. You know,
Yeah.
baseball, as you know, and we all know this, can be kind of a slow game.
Yep.
And so it's those in-between inning antics that we do. It's, you know, special food pricing that goes on during the course of the game or for the week or whatever, or special promotions. You know, we had Star Wars again last year, huge hit. Everybody likes that. Our fireworks are, you know, they love to hear the boom booms. And
Right.
of course, Wade Stadium, for those of you who don't know where it is in a neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so the neighbors simply pull out their chairs and get a free show every time we do fireworks. And I always remind them it's okay to come in and buy a ticket and still watch the fireworks.
Exactly.
But they're a great bunch, and working with the city has been good. You know, this ballpark was built in 1941. It's old.
Wow.
Right.
And with old comes old problems. And so we've been working well with the city, and we're looking at some new long-term lease agreements. So that'll make it a little bit easier when we want to do additional expansions at the ballpark as well. So kind of a little bit, you know. Oh, by the way, my name is Mike Rosenzweig, in case anybody wanted to know.
Yes, absolutely.
Just in case, you know.
Looking for vendors.
Yeah, and more concessions people too, because it's always kind of tough to get the people you need. You know? And when you need them, you need them. It's, you know.
So, Mike, there is this perception that summer collegiate baseball is kind of low cost, but community driven and simple. But what's the part of owning a team that people would be most surprised is actually really hard or expensive?
Just about everything.
Okay. So the perception is not
Low
real.
cost is, wow, I'm not sure where that terminology came from.
People that have never owned a team,
Yeah, but
clearly.
Yeah,
Probably they see the salaries and it's not the multi-million-dollar major league players, so they're like, oh, not much.
And our players in this league sign to play, if you will, and they pay to be in this league. And so they don't get paid because they have NCAA eligibility. That doesn't mean we don't have a lot of bills. Every time we go on the road, our bus bill is $2,000-$3,000 every trip we make.
Yeah.
So, you know, multiply that times 18, 19 road games series, it's expensive. Hotels are extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Especially here in Duluth. And we need 18 rooms every time they come. And when the umpires stay, we need extra rooms for them as well. We have to feed the team before the game, after the game, when we're at the All-Star. Yeah, that's all we do is make food. It's like, what else do we have to feed them? During the All-Star break, you know, a lot of the players stay here. We got to feed them, make sure they get their breakfast, lunch, and dinners. And so there's just a lot of those kinds of expenses that we deal with. Baseball bats are not cheap. We swing wooden bats, and guess what? They break a lot of them.
Yeah.
Baseballs,
Not
price
cheap.
keeps going up all the time. Yeah, it gets to the point if somebody hits 6 foul balls, I'm going to go out and chase the kids for the ball, try to bring them back and at least use them for practices. So, I mean, you know, uniforms, all of those things like that really rack up some very large expenses. And so then you went into the situation, well, then hopefully you sell enough food and enough tickets and enough advertising and get enough sponsorship so the two equal out or give you a bit of a profit on the bottom line. But like everything else, it's a business. You have good years, you have bad years. Mm-hmm. When it rains in Duluth for all of June or it's 42 for the average high, you know, When it's cold out, people will drink one coffee,
Yeah.
maybe two. It's a hot day, they'll enjoy 5 or 6 bent paddles,
Oh yeah.
and it makes a difference.
Yes.
So what you're saying is you basically need the whole summer to be like today.
Oh,
A nice,
absolutely.
beautiful,
Yeah.
sunny, 80-degree day.
I
Well,
love
the
it.
follow-up question is, so that means we should have 5 or 6 bent paddles today while we're here.
I would think that'd be a great idea, and I'm on one, but I'll be here for
That
a
sounds
while.
great to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good start. Exactly,
Yes,
Eric.
sir. And I'll take an Uber and go. I got to go back out to the ballpark this afternoon anyway. Our coaches are starting to arrive today.
Oh,
and-
very nice.
And our clubhouse manager is here. He's from Pennsylvania, and so he's getting accustomed to what Duluth is all about, and he's loving it so far. So we're going to hopefully that continues.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you said you're 2 weeks away from opening up. So like what kinds of things do you have to do as, an owner to everything going on to get ready for opening up here in a couple weeks? Like what are all the things on your agenda?
Yeah, well, we've got checklists for the checklists to make sure that
Checklist for the checklist.
we've
That's great.
covered everything at least twice. All the equipment has to be checked over to make sure it's good. All of our vendors, when we start to take deliveries, how is it going to work? What do we do with those people that may have to come late? We've got some of our ball players that are still in the World Series or going to be in the World Series, I'm
Right.
sure. And so we're not going to have them right away. So we work closely with the coaches. And as I say, getting everybody in the right size uniform is not always easy. I thought you said you weighed 150. It looks like you're coming in at 240. Yeah,
That's what happens with college kids.
it's like, what the hell did you eat? Or I should say,
Everything.
The freshman 50.
what didn't I eat, I guess, is what winds up happening. And so, it's all of those little things like that. And of course, as you know, equipment never breaks down till you use it. So,
Sure.
we're trying all kinds of different ways just to make sure that we're not going to have a lot of issues come opening day. My wife puts it this way, and it's so true. It's like we're doing a Broadway show. We have 36 evenings. We know what the show's about. We kind of know when it starts. We know when it ends. But in between, you'd never know what's going to happen next.
Doing it live.
And that's exactly that's exactly what it is. You have a fire in the kitchen, you got to be able to put the fire out and keep making food. You
Right.
just popcorn machine blows a cork and it's got oil squirting all over. Not good, but you got to keep making popcorn. So you have to have all these backup systems, and we work with so many new people every year that every year you'd think that checklist would get a little shorter. It just doesn't. And but I guess that's what keeps you up late at night and gets you ready in the morning. And 5 o'clock, I wake up. I have to. I just can't sleep anymore. And we go through it all. And I've got a great staff that I work with, and they all have their parts of those checklists, and we just keep the ball rolling.
How does the talent distribution go in the Northwoods League? Are you paired up with specific colleges, or is there a draft as far as who is allocated which players?
That's an excellent question, and I appreciate you asking that. No, we have a program in the Northwoods League called Apply to Play. And college students from around the country go to that website, and they put in all their important data, and they can download videos so that everybody can get a chance to look at them. Also, our coach, Marcus Pointer, who's been our coach for 7 years and been with the organization now for 8, which has been wonderful to have that kind of consistency. He does know a lot of the coaches in Division I teams, Division II, and JUCO, and they do talk. And if they're looking for somebody in particular, that helps a lot. That's no different than any of the other teams in the league. Most of these coaches know a ton of people that want to play. And, everybody's not great. I mean, every parent thinks their kid is.
I mean, to be fair, the 4 of us are still waiting to hear back on our applications to
Yes,
play.
yeah.
Okay, I'll get with the coaches.
It's checks in the mail kind of thing.
I will tell you, I still have 4 years of NCAA eligibility left.
That is so good to know, because I'm getting too old to even throw the pitch opening day from the pitcher's mound to home plate. So it's, but yeah, and then you do get, you get those other coaches from specific colleges who want their kids to play at Duluth or play at one of the other teams in the Northwoods League, and they will take that personal time to talk to our coaches, say, hey, here's what we got, here's what we think can happen. We do have a number of temp players We have a number of, first half only or second half only players. Sometimes if they've had a very involved spring and they need a little bit of rest time, then the coaches want them to come and play second half only. So we do everything we can to accommodate all of those different scenarios. And actually it seems to work out pretty well.
So I have a follow-up on that. So with players that are only there for like half seasons and stuff, do you have roster caps that you have to worry about for the amount of players that you have? Does first half or second half impact the amount of players you can have on your roster and so forth?
Right. Yeah, we can only have up to 35.
Okay.
And so if we've signed 3 first half players, we have to find 3 second half.
Okay.
So that it balances out and it stays even. And it is very, the numbers are looked at constantly. They're watched certainly by us and by the league so that we don't violate,
Sure.
our own rules. And, there's a lot of rules in baseball.
Oh, yeah. Just a few.
And it's nothing to do with even the umpires. We have our own rules that take up a lot of space.
And I'm sure some of those coaching relationships that you have mean that they want to ensure that their players that they're sending your way get the reps that they think that they've earned.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's where that relationship part of it builds so well. For Marcus, having been here as many years as he has already, he just knows a ton of people. And so it's nice when you get those calls and all of a sudden Vanderbilt is sending you a couple of their players. And it's like, wow, that's pretty cool to get them up here to Duluth. And, we do get scouts from the major league teams who are scouting players. They come to Duluth and, some of them are here for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. It's easier to fly into Duluth than it is to perhaps drive, to so many of our communities where we have teams that don't have an airport. So they wait here for them and they know they're coming through. We still have our team up in Thunder Bay and we haven't had any trouble getting our teams there and back. So I hope this year will be equally as well.
Hey, that's not a bad road trip,
No, that's not a bad road trip.
It's you get a lot of scenery between here and there.
It's phenomenal. And if you're careful and don't even hit a moose, you'll get there on time. Otherwise we're 2 deer and a moose.
So Wade Stadium being an older stadium, how do you kind of balance keeping that historical aspect of it with also trying to keep up with like the modernization that you see in other stadiums?
Yeah, wow. That if you've ever been to Wade Stadium, you know that these walls are like 2 feet, 3 feet thick in some areas. When this thing was built, they used something called cement. I mean, real cement. I mean, the stuff that lasts for 80 to 100 years, which you can't make anymore today. It does produce its challenges. Getting through some of these walls where you need to get new wiring and everything is not always the easiest. I remember one time a number of years ago, before we were able to upgrade on our Wi-Fi, I had one of our fans come in and was complaining that his phone didn't work. And I said, sir, I'll tell you what, put your phone down. Let me buy you a beer. For the next 2 hours, enjoy the game.
Right.
You don't have to be on your phone.
Yeah.
So he took the beer, and about halfway through the game, he yells down, "Hey!" And I looked up, I figured who it was, and he goes, "Thank you."
I thought he was going to ask for a second.
I probably would have given it to him, but he said thank you, and that just made me feel really good that baseball is what it's supposed to be. So sometimes those old ballparks where the phone isn't going to work real well, you know what? Is what
Just enjoy
it
the
is.
experience.
Enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a terrible storm, I can't think of a safer place to be than Wade Stadium. And we have beer available in the cooler, but it's really built very well, actually.
Hey,
No tornado issues there.
No tornado issues there.
No tornado issues.
No.
Very good.
No, you won't have to worry.
So when you're done with this, what do you want people in Duluth to say about what you built with the Huskies?
I want them to know that as a Duluthian, I had the passion to make sure this team stayed here, that it continued to bring reasonably priced entertainment, if you will.
Yeah.
Baseball is entertainment to a lot of people. We do a lot with kids. We do a lot with nonprofits. It's important that we give back to the community in which we live in. And so that's what I would hope that they would them to remember. You know, I
Very
don't know.
cool.
You have a youth summer camp coming up, don't you?
Yes, we have a couple of them, and we're getting a number of kids to sign up. They really enjoy it. It's a 2-day camp, and they're out on the field, come rain or shine. You know, we have turf now, so it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, they have a great time out there. They get to work with the coaches. They get to work with some of the ball players, and for a lot of these little kids, I mean, this is pretty much like the cat's meow. I mean, you know, this is a big hockey town, and there's no question about that. But when you can come to a 2-day baseball camp for $125 and you get a T-shirt out of it, and you get to work with these kids, and you get to work with these players, and you get a free ticket to a game, that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And so the parents like that.
Yeah, everybody in the tap room, if you didn't hear that, if you have a little one interested in baseball, there is a youth baseball camp coming up, hosted by the Duluth Huskies. So
Send them out. Send them out. We'll be ready for them.
Are you still coaching Little League?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
I got too old. I couldn't bend down to pick up balls anymore on the
That's
ground.
why you have the kids there to shag the balls,
yeah,
right?
right. Yeah. I did do that for a long time. When both of my boys were growing up, and then afterwards they'd say, "Oh, can you come back and, you know, help?" Well, then you wound up coaching a team for another 3-4 years. But those little kids are great.
Yeah.
You know, they want to improve. Working with those kids, especially in T-ball, you know, getting them to know where first base is, and then second, and then third, sometimes takes weeks.
And to
you work
run
at
to
it.
first, not third first.
Absolutely, I could not agree more
Yeah.
with that. Yeah. So it was great. They're so moldable at that point in their lives, and they just want to do well.
Yeah.
You know, and some of those stories. Anybody who's coached for a long time could easily write a really funny book, and probably do really well with it. 'Cause
Tyler's in the midst of it right now with coaching, so I'm
Yeah.
sure he's got a few stories he can share with you as well.
Yeah, I've got an 8-year-old and 13-year-old, and I think the story of the week is on Tuesday, my 8-year-old, it was bases loaded, and grounder was hit to third. He was on second. He got 3/4 of the way to third base. Third baseman had the ball. All he needed to do was step on the base, but he went for the tag. And so he kept on backing up until the ball was thrown over the head of the second baseman and then got to...
So essentially,
Third
that Javi Baez against the Pirates play,
Oh.
where they,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like just
Stole 3 bags
just step
on a
the
bunt
base.
swing.
And then when parents asked me what had happened there, because there's a 5-run maximum on that inning,
Right,
and that
right.
was the 5th run.
Yeah.
They're like, what happened there? Why didn't they just step on the base? I said, well, it's because they're 8.
yeah,
You are certainly right. You know,
Now, what's our excuse when we do it during softball?
that we're
Well,
old and dumb.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Or,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Mike's got it
maybe-
right. It's the
maybe
beer.
one too many. you
Yeah.
know?
Overserved.
A few too many Bent Paddle light lagers.
When you talk about things, when my younger son was playing catcher for me, there was one of those balls that, you know, kind of the batter kind of hit it, bounced, hit him right in the privates, if you will, and all the parents are going, ah. And he stood up. He stood up, took his mask off, and said, "I'm fine. I have a nut cup on." and everybody goes, "Okay, is that in the rule book? I don't know. Can we play baseball now?" And of course, my grandparents said, "Good for you. I hope it's a good one." I'm sure I paid $8 or $9 for it, but those are the kind of things you go, "Wow, what do you do now?" You know, you just kind
Right.
of go back out and play. And we had some kids on some of our teams that had some issues because of health and what have you. And I was always amazed at how these other little kids just treated them just like another one of the team. We had one that finally got a hit, and you thought he hit a home run. I mean,
That's
the whole
awesome.
team came out and swamped him as he got to first base. And it was like, you know, it's those sorts of things that make you go, yeah, I guess that's why I'm doing this again, you know. And so it's, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. We had a great pitcher, and he was losing it, and I didn't know what else to do. I called Tommy, went out to the to the mound and I said, Stavros, is your birthday on Tuesday? And he says, what? I said, is your birthday on Tuesday? Oh, no, it's not for 2 months. Oh, I had that wrong. I walked back to the dugout and the other coaches say, what'd you do? I said, I asked him when his birthday was. And he goes, well, why the heck would you do that? He struck out the next 2 batters in a row.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And,
it's just that distraction.
You know, it was like craziest thing I could think of.
Yeah.
And sometimes that works.
Yeah.
So
If it works, it works.
it's kind of fun. Have fun coaching.
I am. I'm having a lot of fun coaching.
It is a lot of fun, though. It really is.
So, with all of the Little League experience in that, and then you are also talking about with the college league, summer league, players, their parents all think that they're the best in the world and stuff too. Which set of parents is more difficult to deal with, the Little League parents or the summer league parents who think that their kids are all going to go pro now?
And we do expect names.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
But do they kind of like come to the games and scream at the coaches and stuff because their kids not getting time like Little Leaguers?
Yeah, well, I think Little Leaguers probably are a little worse. Because just because he can't swing the bat or doesn't even want to be there, that was the other problem I used to have.
sure.
Some of these kids, you don't really want to be here, do you, Billy? No, my dad wants me to be here. Okay, this is not good for the team. But
Picking dandelions in the
right, in the
outfield.
outfield. Yes, we've had a few of those too.
I know somebody that used to do that.
Our producer man.
Producer man used to do that.
And by the time they get up now to the collegiate league, especially, I think the dads are very. They go overboard. Not all, but some do. We had one kid who came all the way up from Alabama. My gosh, his whole family came. They had never been north of St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, wow.
So when they came up here, it was like,
Culture
crap,
shock.
this is still America? I said, yeah, this is still the United States of America.
This feels
They
like
saw
Canada.
Well, they saw Lake Superior and thought it was the Atlantic Ocean. They took it
Oh,
around.
my goodness.
So his first outing, he was nervous. The family had gone back. He did not have a good outing. His father was on the phone saying, you're coming home.
After one bad outing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our coaches were on the phone. I was on the phone. The coach didn't even, he said, hey, it's his first outing. We're fine. We got lots of games. Everybody was okay except for the father. And what wound up happening was the kid was able to get a release, lost his scholarship.
Oof.
The dad knew better than everybody else. And to the best of our knowledge, that young ball player never went on to play anything else in baseball again.
Jeez.
Now, that is a terrible story to have to tell
Yeah.
because there's no reason for that.
Right.
I don't care who you are. When I was a little kid, we didn't even have the Minnesota Twins, so we were Yankee fans. And I remember even Mickey Mantle struck out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Even Roger Maris struck out. I mean, come on.
It's the only sport in the world where you can fail 70% of the time and still be a Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So leave these kids alone.
Yep.
Let the coaches work with them. That's what they're there for. That's why we hire them. And as I say, we've been blessed to have the same coaching staff pretty much intact now for 7 years, which just lends so much better accountability for everything we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So,
For sure. Which kind of leads me, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm kind of taking over, but I just have more stuff come into my head as
This
we
is
talk.
not, for those of you
Yeah.
with your first time listening, this is not a new development.
But I mean, so you're talking about this and all of that. How much for you as the owner and the GM are you looking at games like to win as opposed to developing this young talent? Like, a player has a rough outing there, but as a collegiate summer league team, you're here trying to develop these kids as
Exactly.
well.
Oh,
So like, how
exactly.
much are you like looking at about bad outing? If he gets a couple more, then we got to bench him, as opposed to we're here to help these kids like work through these things and develop.
to me, there's nothing better than having someone who starts out poorly and then really cranks it up.
Yeah.
And turns it on. And you can go, see, I knew he had it. It's just a matter, it took a little bit of time. So I try to balance that. Yeah, it's great to win. But, you don't have to win every game
Yeah.
Right.
to make it into the playoffs. All you need to win is the right ones.
Right.
I
Right.
don't always know what those are, but we made the playoffs 3 of the last 5 years, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
And-
awesome.
And we took it twice to the final game. We just seemed to forget how to play baseball in the last couple of innings of each of those 2 games. But nonetheless, as a developmental league, yeah, we want to see all these players improve. To us, it's the greatest pat on the back when they get called up by a major league team. You know, I think that's awesome. You know,
Absolutely.
they go into the minors, whatever, and it's another feather in our cap as well. So it's sort of 50-50, I guess, the way I look at it. Other owners will probably look at it differently. Winning is everything.
Sure.
I get that. If they want to be that way, that's not the way I look at it.
Yeah, no, I love that because
So-
you know who you are, you know what your league is about, and you know, not varying from that just to get a couple extra W's on the board, but makes you a place that people would want to play.
Well, that's just it. And we do have a lot of people who like to come here to play. And even now, as close as it is to the opening of season, I'm amazed at the number of collegiate ball players that are still looking for a team to play on this summer. And most of the teams, certainly in our league, their rosters are pretty well filled. I assume everybody's got a few little openings yet, but it's just like a college kid. You know, you wait till the last minute. Could have done this in December. Could have done this in January. Why do you wait till May 15th to go, I think I want to play? Raw, you know.
And opening day is what day?
For us, opening day is next week. In 2 weeks on Friday, the 29th. 29th of May. We've got the mayor throwing out the first pitch. We've got all kinds of fun activities planned, and then we play again on Saturday at home on the 30th, and then we're back on the road for 4 games.
Okay. Tap room. Who has their tickets for opening night to the Duluth Huskies? Who's got tickets?
And if you don't, we'll probably have some for you.
Who would like to win tickets?
Who'd like to win
Yeah,
tickets to
there you
opening
go.
night?
Woo-hoo, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's game time is 6:35. Doors open at 5:35, and I'm cooking that.
You're cooking.
All right.
What are you cooking?
Well, I'm cooking everything. I think.
Okay.
My head cook, she's graduating.
Oh no.
And she's going to be back the next day, but she can't obviously graduate and do the walk and cook. So
That's a fair reason to miss the game.
I'm putting on my apron and I'm going to be in the kitchen.
Okay.
Nothing better than somebody who owns the team and also gets down and dirty with them.
Oh yeah, I do.
I'm one of you guys.
Yeah, my wife will say, "What did you do? Rolling food?" I mean, it's.
Yeah, kind of.
I will be a mess when I get done, but it'll be fun, and I've done it before, and it's great. It's just it keeps me out of trouble.
There you go.
Because I'm in the kitchen all night. I can't possibly do anything bizarre.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we should give Mike a little bit of time back in his day. We really, really appreciate you joining. So you're going to hang out for the rest of the show? And
I'm going to be around for a little bit here. If I go back, you're right. I have a lot of stuff to do.
I know you got a lot to do.
I want to finish my beer and enjoy this. And
Please
again,
do.
Thank you to Bent Paddle, and I want to thank all of you guys very much for allowing me to come on today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Looking
thank you so
forward,
much.
and you're always welcome out at the ballpark. So anytime you want to come out, you just give a holler.
I'm sure we'll find a way to make it up here again.
We
for
will find a
game
way to
sometime.
again.
We hope so, and we have free parking.
Amazing.
Every,
That is not a small thing because
No.
so I lived in downtown St. Paul for a while, and
yeah.
going to all the games, I used to take the Green Line in to all of the games because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to spend an extra $20, $30 on parking.
Exactly.
That's 2 beers that I could have at the park, or that's that's some food and a drink.
Well,
So
absolutely.
the free
And so-
free parking is huge
yeah,
for games.
and it does work. People
Yeah.
seem to like it.
Oh, for sure.
So
Well-
that way they'll have more money to spend inside.
Exactly.
sure.
That's what you want to do. Thank you, Mike, owner,
You're very
GM,
welcome.
and cook of the Duluth Huskies.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Mike.
it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
I got to tell you guys, we've had some incredible interviews the last few weeks, and this one did not disappoint. So thank you to Mike, obviously. All right. So
Take a little break.
you want to take a little break? Yeah, we can take a little break. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be right back. And we are back, still live at Bent Paddle. And now it is time to dive into our league check-in.
Yeah, actual Major League Baseball.
Well, some teams say they play Major League Baseball, but it doesn't look
With
like
the
it
loose
lately.
definition.
Theoretically.
All right, who wants to start? Because I only really have one thought, and it's an apology to Josh.
I honestly cannot wait for this.
We need to
I
start
don't
with
know
that.
what it is.
On our last episode, you said we needed to apologize to a team, and I said I will not. And who was that team?
The St. Louis Cardinals.
I need to apologize to you because I have made it a point to watch St. Louis Cardinals baseball since that last episode, and I got to tell you, you're not wrong. So I am sorry.
Yeah,
And I am sorry to the
appreciate that.
Cardinals as well, because they're in third place now, I think.
Yes,
But they are still
tied for second.
but they're still right in it. And that division we know is going to go crazy by the end of
Yeah.
the year.
8
But-
games above 500.
They're
Positive run differential.
But like Tyler said, they don't do anything fantastically. They just do everything pretty good. And pretty good right now may win that division. So I had to start with that. I apologize to you. You were right. For now.
For now,
We'll see if that changes.
The wheels could still fall off, but they definitely, as I said on the last episode, they are not going to be the historically bad team we pegged them for at the beginning of the year.
Well, we don't know that yet. There's still 3/4 of a season for them to be historically bad.
Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, a quarter of the way through the season at a 591 winning percentage clip seems to take you out of historically bad running.
I would think so, but you never know.
I think that as we are 25% of the way through the season, we can pretty much say that the Cardinals are exceptionally unlikely, probably only a 5% chance of finishing with the 100 losses that we pegged them for at the beginning of the season. I don't think it's going to happen. They may still finish with a losing record, but it may be something nearer to, a 78 and 84 type season rather than being an abomination like we had thought going in.
Am I the only one who, when I think of the Cardinals, all I hear is former Commissioner Bud Selig saying Cardinals?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough. I had to ask the question. You never know until you ask, right? Anybody else have a hot take about the league right now?
Well, I would say that the death of the Philadelphia Phillies was massively reported, and it is not true.
Well, they did die. They were buried, but then they were brought back.
Yes, and who has brought them back on his broad shoulders has been one Kyle Schwarber, who through 25% of the season now has 20 home runs. And if you look at that pace, that is on pace for 80 home runs. So we are currently putting Kyle Schwarber in the same category of a Barry Bonds or an Aaron Judge or a Roger Maris, saying, hey, he's going to, if he keeps up this clip, it's going to be in the 60s and the 70s. So let's go Kyle Schwarber, because I'd love to see it.
No more beer for you.
What? He has 20 home runs. 20 home runs.
Yeah, I'm guessing he doesn't have a 609 OBP like Barry Bonds did.
No.
In that 73 homer season.
No.
But that was a lot of walks, too.
Yes, I'm not saying he is the same quality of ball player as Barry Bonds. I am saying he hits a long ball very good, and that will equate to potentially
He does
a
exactly
record.
one thing really well, and that's hit the ball a long way.
Chicks dig the
People
long
love
ball.
the one thing.
Chicks dig the long ball, bro.
People love the one thing. It's called the home run, and it's very exciting.
Would you rather see a home run in person or a triple?
A home run.
I'd rather see a triple. I don't think I've ever seen one in person.
Oh, I have plenty.
Yeah, I wasn't asking.
No,
was
I know.
just telling you.
I'm saying being Detroit is like notorious for the triples because the right center gap gets like really deep. It's called Triples Alley
They got
out
a
there.
goofy dimension.
Yes, they do. And in right center specifically, it like juts out deep. So you get a lot of
Similar
triples.
to similar to Fenway Park.
I think there are two flavors of triple. There's the one where it's, oh my goodness, will he get it? And then there's the other flavor, which is just a stand-up triple that is no more exciting than a stand-up double because it was never in question.
I disagree. There's two different flavors. There's the one to the gap that they're hustling for, and there's the one that's like a little bloop that the outfielder tries to dive for, misses, and it squirts by them.
Well, we also just saw that kind of similar situation to that. We just saw that with the Padres, the inside the park home run the other day. That was exciting.
Yeah, no, an inside the park home run is very exciting.
I've never seen one of those.
I don't think I've seen one.
Seen them on Thursday League.
Yeah, well, yes. I don't think I've seen one live, but I've seen triples live, and there's nothing quite like the crack of the bat on a no doubt home run when you're in person, though.
Okay, but I'm saying like teams up 10-0. I want to see a triple.
With the Phillies sort of getting right by themselves, I think we might just be down to 4 disappointing teams in Major League Baseball between the Red Sox, the Mets. I'm going to throw the Tigers and the Blue Jays into the boy are we disappointed category.
Well,
Okay,
hold on. No. I'm going to take this one real quick. I understand what you're saying with the Tigers, and I understand Josh's disappointment with where they are right now. They do have a lot of injuries, but Josh, what did you tell me yesterday? Is that Casey Mize is pitching today?
Yes, he started today.
And Scooble is not out 3 months as expected.
He's supposed to start his throwing program again in the next couple weeks. He might only be out about a month and a half. There's a lot of injured players that should be coming back soon. But I would argue.
My point's not done.
Okay.
So then I will say, until we know when Scooble will be back exactly, if he's back before the All-Star break, I don't think you can call them a disappointment yet.
I think you can call them a disappointment because what we do know is that the Central Division is soft, and the Detroit Tigers have not separated themselves from the other 4 teams.
No, but I'd say arguably the Royals are just as disappointing. If you're going to throw the Tigers into disappointment, the Royals were supposed to be right up there fighting for the top 2, and they're a game behind the Tigers.
You can't say that. We're trying to get them on the podcast. The Royals are great, guys.
Yeah, well, no, they're disappointing.
No,
Come and tell us why they're not.
I'm not saying that the Royals are not disappointed. I'm saying what is the most disappointing.
Oh,
and I would
Mets.
say that
Mets.
relative to expectations, the Royals did not have the same degree of expectations that the Tigers did coming into the season.
Mets.
No, the Mets are absolutely the team that is down the worst, and I feel really bad for their fan base.
I'm not going to say the Tigers are not disappointing. They are very disappointing and at times incredibly unwatchable. But as Ben was mentioning, with all of the injuries, it's a different level than the Mets and the Red Sox, who are mostly healthy and playing terrible. At least we have half of our roster on the IL, and that's a big reason why we're playing terrible. So I think it's even though I'll doom and gloom it, and I was telling the rest of you boys, I'm done watching this team for a while. Yesterday,
You're watching them right now.
I know
You are currently actively watching the team.
It's because I'm a dirty liar. I'm a dirty liar.
You can't even not watch it while we record live.
I don't know how to quit you.
What can I say? I'm a masochist.
No, for me, the Rays, who we all thought would falter, I think a lot of the pundits thought they would falter, and they're currently the best team in the American League.
Playing great baseball.
They're 15-4 at the Trop. I think last year, them having to play at the Yankees spring training park messed with them. Every year, people count them out, and every year they're just right there. So shame on us, shame on everybody else. The Rays are just find a way to get it done.
And now, Max Fried has got
He's gone
on the IL, and so that's a big hit for the Yankees. And
he's a pitcher. He doesn't hit.
And we do not know what version of Carlos Rendon and Garrett Cole are going to be coming back to that rotation. So there definitely could be some chinks in the Yankees' armor that are going to make that division a bit more competitive than we thought it was going to be 2 weeks ago.
Braves are still the best team in baseball.
Braves are absolutely still the best teams in baseball. Nothing seemingly goes wrong for them. Everybody that comes up to hit with runners in scoring position, it feels absolutely inevitable that they're going to get the job done.
There's a new level with them, though. Yaz found his bat.
Well, Yaz he mashes righties, and he's been fortunate enough to be facing a ton of righties. And you get to look forward to, I believe that the Braves have got 5 righties coming up in the upcoming week. So look forward to Yaz doing more of the same.
I think that's given them the opportunity to not rush Ronnie back because he is hitting so much better now. And with Kim back at shortstop, you can move Dubon back to the outfield the whole time. So they're in a good spot.
I want to shift over, talk about what might be the best story in baseball so far that nobody's talking about. How about that 2-game lead in first place in the division, Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas A's? Playing good ball over there. They've got a 2-game lead in first place a quarter of the way through the season. This is a team that's been, bottom of the league the last several years, and all of a sudden, they're playing good ball.
Why is that not on merch yet? The Oakland, Sacramento, Vegas A's.
I don't know, because they haven't hired me yet for marketing.
The OSVA.
The OSVA.
The OSVAs.
Nick Kurtz has really had his bat wake up over the past couple of weeks. And that's just added a whole nother dimension. They've just been crushing. Their pitching has been better than I would have expected.
Their pitching has been incredibly good.
And when you put those two things together, the Mariners are doing better now but still not performing to their expectations. I think a lot of that is because I believe we now know that Kyle Raleigh had been playing injured for probably the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But all that being said, we're in a spot now where 25% through the season, you're in first place. Like, finish it.
You got to feel good about it.
Yeah, go to the end.
Nels, what are your thoughts?
On the A's?
Empty
Well,
brain
just in
rattling
general.
around a cage.
Well, I told you that. I mean, every team, not a lot's changed since we talked last. Every team that was in first place 2 weeks ago still are.
You're right. That
I think
actually-
only maybe the White Sox, who have definitely surprised.
Yeah.
And look out for a special interview we did this week with somebody from that organization. And you can hear more about that then. So, the White Sox are a big surprise. We talked about the Rays. Everybody else is kind of where they were 2 weeks ago. So,
Turns out the American League is kind of mediocre all over, except for a couple teams up at the top. So everybody's right in it.
yep.
Well, the crazy thing is, Nels, you hit it right on the head. There really hasn't been that much of a change in the league, so we don't have a ton to talk about with that. And, we wanted to make sure we gave enough time for our interview today, but now I think it's time that we move on to our favorite segment. Say it with me.
Avery demands answers.
For those of you in the tap room that have never heard our show before, this is a segment where my 5-year-old niece gives us a question about baseball, and we answer it. So here is today's question.
Uncle Ben, who was the first baseball team?
The first baseball team is Avery's question this week. I did some research on it, and I'm happy to answer it unless one of you would like to take it.
Go ahead.
Take us
All
away.
you.
The Cincinnati, it's actually a two-part answer, so this is interesting. The Cincinnati Red Stockings are technically the oldest team in Major League Baseball. They were founded in 1869. This is the first instance of players being paid to play baseball. Do you know what they did in their first year as the Red Stockings in 1869?
You're
Like as the
covering up your
record?
screen as if I don't have a screen in front of me as well.
Oh,
with it.
you're on the document. I
Yes,
never
I'm on the
remember. I hate
document.
when we do the live shows, I never remember that.
So I cannot see the document, so I have no idea.
They went 57-0.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
I guess if you're the only one paying players, you can have a monopoly saying, hey, you're pretty good for your town ball team. Would you like to get paid the same amount that you do at the sugar factory?
They were the Los
And come
Angeles
on over.
Dodgers of their day.
No, I was going to say, sounds like the SEC football of the last 20 years. When you're the only one paying them, it's not hard to be good.
The Bagmen.
Then when everybody pays them, it becomes a different
To
game.
be fair though, even though they may not have actually played anybody in those 57 games, they were just all forfeits. There is a break in the lineage though. After 1869, the team disbanded the next year in 1870, with most of the players going to other teams. However, the team did come back in 1876 when the newly formed National League became a thing. However, the oldest continually operating Major League Baseball team is the Braves. When the Red Stockings disbanded in 1870, a lot of players helped came over from the Boston Red Stockings in 1871, and the franchise went on to become the Boston Bean Eaters, the Boston Braves, the Milwaukee Braves, and then the Atlanta Braves. So the short answer, Avery, is that Cincinnati was the first, but the Braves never stopped. So that's the answer for this week's Avery Demands Answers.
Thank you, Avery.
We did have an interview with somebody from Cleveland a few weeks ago where they felt like that might not be the right answer. So let's send us your emails. You're welcome to argue with us.
You can also just walk up to the table and start yelling at us too. If you're in the tap room.
For sure.
All right, anything to add to Avery Demands Answers, or should we move on to Ballpark Brews?
I think it's a good time here at Bent Paddle Brewery to review a couple of beers that they picked out for us to give a nice little notch for.
And I believe we're having Eric from Bent Paddle come up and talk about both of these beers, right, Eric? Please come on up and give us your review. Or tell us a little bit about the history. What, Eric?
Not kicking you out.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike, once again.
Yes, thank you, Mike. This was wonderful.
Thanks for hanging out for a bit too.
So we got two beers that we are going to be talking about today. The first one is going to be the light lager. The second one is going to be the Bent Hop Golden IPA.
Do we know which ones we have?
Yes, me and Nels have the light lager, and you and Tyler have the Bent Hop Golden IPA.
Okay. So, Eric, take it away if you want to introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about these beers.
Sure. My name's Eric Welke. Live up here in Duluth. Been up here for about 9.5 years now. So we've got 2 beers. The first one you said is light lager. That came out about 4 years ago. Just kind of not intentionally, kind of happened by accident.
Really?
Made it here in the tap room, and it sold extremely well. Neil is our pilot brewer, very talented. He tweaked the recipe a few times. We rolled it out, kind of got the attention of the owners, and we rolled it out, and it's now our number 2 selling beer. So I always describe it. It's like a Coors Light and a half. So it's a little bit more, but I've never sampled it to anybody where they said, no, this isn't for me.
Right.
So if you're a craft beer kind of a nerd, you're gonna appreciate it. If you're a Coors Light, Busch Light drinker, you're gonna appreciate it too. So yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
A little something for everyone.
And as I understand it, that's only number 2 to the other beer we're going to be reviewing. Is that correct?
Yeah, the other beer is our Bent Hop IPA. This is a beer I fell in love with, probably about 11, 12 years ago. I was living in St. Paul and before I moved up here, and getting into IPAs like a lot of people were at that time. And I went to UMD, University of Minnesota Duluth up here, and my buddy said, hey, we got this new beer on. And it's from Duluth, and it's an IPA. And he goes, it's really good. And he gave me a sample, and I tried it, and I just said, what's the name of the beer? Bent Hop. What's the name of the brewery? Bent Paddle. And I fell in love with it that long ago, and it's still my favorite beer today. It's not a super hoppy beer. I think that's kind of why I like it. It's not chewing a mouthful of hops.
Yeah.
It's a very easygoing IPA. Also won bronze medal at the World Beer Cup in the IPA category in 2022. So
Wow.
yeah, it's we're very proud of that. So yeah.
And is that what you have in your glass right now?
No, right now I'm drinking a Canoe Pale Ale. That's
Okay.
It's a limited release. We've made it before. We stopped making it for a couple of years. Just brought it back out. So I'm having one of those just because it's not going to be around for that much longer. And yeah, so I'm just having a nice.
And that's a reason to visit Bent Paddles or the tap room here, because you get to sample a whole bunch of beers that you might not be able to find at your local liquor store.
Yeah, correct. So we've got, we've got the year round that we call them the family. We've got limited releases that are out in the market at bars, liquor stores, that kind of a thing. But we also have a pilot brewery attached to the tap room, and so we roll out specialty beers, very small batches that you can only get here in the tap room. So it's kind of a way for us to try some beers that potentially we're going to roll out the following year, get feedback from people, and just kind of have a little bit of fun and give people a reason to come in here and try something that they can't get anywhere else.
Well, if you're trying to get some feedback, I know we're specifically reviewing these beers, but earlier today, as we were going through the podcast, I had the Skull Defender, which is a dark Helles. Absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
I
Thank
am
you.
a big fan of, a dark lager, a dark IPA, like black IPA type beer. Fantastic. So, yeah,
I'm gonna have to try that one.
if you need a reason to come up here, that alone is worth the trip up to Duluth.
Yeah, it's we have the fortune of being able to use Lake Superior water, and it's perfect water for making beer.
Incredible.
Yeah, I talked to a gentleman from the city of Duluth years ago, and he said he was describing the intake station, which is just up Highway 61, and he said, Eric, that pipe runs out of that intake station and draws at a depth of 400 feet.
Oh, wow.
So he said the water that's coming out of our tap hasn't even seen sunlight before. So it's
kidding.
super clean, easy drinking water. The tap water here is phenomenal. Nobody has a Brita water filter up here. Everybody drinks water right out of the tap, and it's great for making beer. So we have that advantage, and it's huge.
And this is why I will die on the hill that the Great Lakes are vastly better than any ocean.
100%.
Always.
Yeah.
Well, I will
Yeah.
die on that hill.
Try to make a beer out of the Atlantic Ocean. Good luck.
There's no hills in the ocean.
This
Why
is
would you
salty.
die on that?
Why is this so salty?
You can make a salted caramel beer out of ocean water.
I don't think you could.
Well, Eric, we greatly appreciate your review of these. Stick around. We're going to rate them right here live on the show, okay?
That sounds good.
As always, the rating scale is based off of baseball outcomes.
Cheers, boys.
So we were going to rate these according to what happens at a plate appearance.
Cheers.
And now the dead air.
All right.
I can go first. I had the light lager. I'm a big lager guy, especially light lagers. I think the only thing I'll disagree with you about, Eric, is comparing this to Coors Light. This is head and shoulders above that.
Coors Light, if you'd like to sponsor the podcast, we won't
Yes,
say
please. You're worse than this beer, but you have a lot of money, so go ahead.
We'll take
It's
anyone's money.
crisp. It's fresh. Like I said, I'm a big lager. That's my go-to is light lager. Not even blowing smoke. I'm giving it a home run. This is excellent.
Thank you.
Right out of the park.
I think that the guys were pulling a fast one on me, giving me the IPA because they know I am the least IPA drinker on the show. So, joke's on me. However, you're absolutely right. This is not super malty. It's not super heavy when it comes to chewing malt or anything like that. I actually have enjoyed a handful of the IPAs we've done on the show, so maybe I'm turning more into an IPA guy. There's a little bit of sweetness in this that I don't think I catch in a ton of IPAs. And because of that, this is the best IPA I think I've ever had.
Nice.
Now, again, I'm not an IPA drinker, so I have not sampled a ton, but I do enjoy this quite a bit. I'll have a second one while I'm here. And for that reason alone, not only is this a home run, this is a grand slam.
Wow. All right, I'll go next. I have the light lager.
Step your game up, other IPAs.
So I will be honest. This is far from my first time having one of these. In fact, I was talking earlier. This is my go-to beer for our softball league, which is how all four of us met. We play softball together, and I oftentimes will stop by the liquor store and bring beer, and I pick up a 12-pack of the light lager, one of my favorites. I will say the difference, this being fresh out of the tap, you keep talking about the Lake Superior water. I can taste the difference of it being fresh out
Because
of the tap.
it's superior.
It really is. And it's just, I mean, I've been up here to the brewery before and stuff, but just reminding me how much better, man, beer is on tap. I love a canned or bottled beer, but on tap is just fantastic. This is to me like a leadoff home run. Like you start with this and you're already having a great time.
Just say lead off because you hit lead off.
It helps. It helps. That nothing better than starting with a spark. But this is a go-to for me.
The other thing that makes this beer better than the beer that you bring to softball, this beer is cold. I don't know why Josh has got a penchant for going to the shelf and buying.
Excuse me, where's the box that you've had in the sun for 2
room
weeks?
temperature beer and then
Guys,
bringing that and serving it to people as though it's appropriate and okay? It is not.
I pick it up on the way. What do you want from me?
Go into the cooler.
I do.
So many places have walk-in coolers.
It's not my fault energy costs are high, and so their fridge temperatures are not as low.
I think
as they
that's
should
actually
be.
how we interrogate terrorists now, is giving them room temperature beer.
Oh, man. So I also have the Bent Top India Pale Ale, and I think I'm right there with you, Eric. Like when I first learned of IPA, I think it was the time where people were deciding how to be as obnoxious as they possibly could get with hops, and because this is not that, this is like one of my favorite IPAs, and so this is also a home run for me. This is one that I can actually like drink multiple of, rather than sort of drink one, have my lips pucker and say, that's good enough for me. Like this is an all-day IPA that you can go out by the lake and just enjoy in a nice hot day.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, that's why I fell in love with it so long ago. I thought I could sit at the bar here and have multiple and not have gut rot or anything like that.
It's not super heavy on your stomach.
Not heavy. Like it doesn't have that ton of sugar to it or anything like that. It's just a good, honest IPA.
Yeah, and that's what kind of makes my job easy is I don't feel like I'm BSing anybody when I'm out selling it into accounts. I'm not having to sugarcoat it. Like I said, I love this beer. I fell in love with it before I even started working for Bent Paddle. So made it easy. Yeah.
Nothing makes selling easier than legitimately loving the product that you sell.
Absolutely.
That's a clean sweep of home runs, fellas.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we've had one other beer that was a clean sweep of home runs, and it was fairly recently. It might have been another Bent Paddle if I think back. I'll check the website when we're off mic because I'm curious what it was now. But I think it was another Bent Paddle. All right. Now we're moving on to trivia. Eric, you want to stick around for trivia?
I'll stick around for trivia. We'll see what I know, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to...
Probably more than us still.
For the purposes of this, I tend to, when we record not here live, my back is away from everybody else. So they can see it if they turn this way. So I'm going to need them to face away right now.
I have no problem facing away from you.
Yeah. Less Ben on my eyes is always a plus.
You see how they treat me, Eric? It's terrible.
It's like drinking warm beer.
I did.
Oh, the shot came
Just
back
read the
around.
questions, Ben.
Oh, you're so loud. All right, so I've split trivia into two categories for this episode. Northwoods League trivia and Duluth Huskies trivia. I try to keep it on brand for what we're talking about. So these are all true or false. So you got a 50-50 shot of every question. Who would like to start? Our guest?
Yes.
Give
Go
it
for
to
it.
me.
All right, Eric. True or false? The Northwoods League plays more regular season games than some minor league baseball teams.
Ooh, I'm going to say false.
That is incorrect. It is true.
Dang.
Some.
The
some.
Florida Coast leagues
Yes,
and stuff
the,
like that.
Gulf
The
Coast
below low A.
Yeah. Or the Cactus League, something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
So it was kind of a trick question. I was kind of hoping Josh would start, but I apologize.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I know all of that. But like those are the kind of leagues that are almost like they're a little like technically more professional in the
Yeah.
fact that they get paid for it, but it's kind of the same as like
Right.
a summer league type brief appearance developmental league that technically counts as a minor league.
We're going to go counterclockwise. So Tyler, you're up.
Okay.
True or false? Players in the Northwoods League are paid a salary during the season.
False.
And why is that?
Because they pay to play. They sign up to play.
They are unpaid to maintain NCAA eligibility.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Wait.
sense too.
Which unfortunately for you, Mike already told us about
I know.
earlier.
I know. But it's
Ruining
already
your
on,
trivia.
it's on the sheet. Yes, producer man.
They get name and image and likeness.
They can, but they don't get paid by the team. Good call. All right, Josh. True or false? The Northwoods League was founded before the Cape Cod League.
True.
False. You had a 50-50 shot. You still
Yeah.
missed it.
Well,
Nels.
it's funny because the first two I knew, and then you give me the one I don't.
That's why I write them that way. Nels, true or false? Northwoods League players are allowed to use metal bats during certain games.
That is false.
Correct.
It is a
wooden
wood
bats.
bat league.
I thought I'd throw you
Man,
off with
I'm-
certain games.
I'm 3 for 4, except for the one that I.
You're 0 for 1 is what you are.
You're 0 for
Just
1.
continue to be a bitter man.
I am.
All right, Eric, true or false? Every Northwoods League team is located in a city that has previously hosted affiliated minor league baseball.
False.
Correct. That is false. Good job.
Has Duluth ever had a affiliated minor league team, or are we in one of those that would be in the false?
I believe
Your
they
question
have.
confused me. Yes, they have.
Yes.
They have had
Yes.
it. Okay.
I was reading my question and trying to put your question into it, and I confused myself.
That's easy to do.
I know. I'm
confusing
not
you.
very smart. All right, Tyler, true or false? This is last in the Northwoods League trivia. Players in the Northwoods League typically play more games in one summer than they do in an entire college season.
True.
That is very true, actually. When I looked up the numbers, I was pretty shocked. I don't remember them. I didn't write them down. But I was surprised
When I looked
by
them
them.
up and promptly forgot them, it really stood out.
It stuck in my head for a good 4 to 11 seconds. And then it
which
was
is more than
gone.
most things do.
Well, you're not wrong about that. All right, so you guys did pretty good. Josh did terribly, actually, in that category, but everybody else did great. So everyone ridicule Josh.
Ha
That's what I'm here for. The court jester of the team.
All right, now we're going to move to Duluth Huskies trivia. Where did we end? I forgot.
It's
I
Josh's
think
turn.
I think on me.
It's great. True or false?
True.
A Northwoods League season is long enough that teams crown both a first half and second half champion, and those teams automatically make the playoffs.
I'm gonna say True, not because I know the answer, but because Mike was talking to us about first half and second half players.
Yeah,
that my logic between that is saying that because they have a first half guy and a second half guys, that would be true.
This is the risk that I run when we have an interview is I'm not 100% sure what they're going to give away. And Mike was an amazing interview, but I feel like he did give away some of my answers. But that is true.
Hey, no, but that's great. That means I listened and I learned something.
You did.
So it's a good interview when you learn something.
I was mentally making notes the whole time. I'm like, well, there goes one trivia question. There goes two. There goes three. All right, Nelson. Players in the Northwoods League can play for multiple teams in the same summer if roster needs or availability changes.
I will say false.
No, it is true. Temporary roster movement happens more than people realize in the season.
More than I realized because I said false.
All right, Eric. Wade Stadium here in Duluth has hosted professional baseball continuously in some form for nearly a century.
Continuously, I will say false. There has been gaps, I believe.
I thought the same thing, but when I got the answer of true, I went back and researched, and it was actually true.
Wow.
So some form of professional baseball, and that's any number of leagues that have played at least a game in the stadium every year.
That's awesome.
For almost 100 years, from the Duluth Dukes all the way to today's game with the Huskies. So I learned.
Very cool.
I learned a lot in my research.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler.
Yes.
The Duluth Huskies have had single game promotions that outdrew AAA weekday games.
Oh, 100% yes, true.
I looked at some of I'm not going to name the team because we may or may not have spoken to somebody from it. The Duluth Huskies outdrew a team that we are all of us very aware of that's in the minor leagues, over 30% in the last year.
I was at a Asheville Tourist game, and I swear that there
was
were
not
about
them.
No, it wasn't the Asheville Tourist, but I was at an Asheville Tourist game, and I swear that there were about 30 players or 30 fans in attendance that day.
Well,
it was bad.
I can say I know that you were saying avoiding a name as if you can't deduce who it was, but like with
It was the Columbus Clippers.
with AAA baseball in northern cities, I have been to quite a few Saints games where there's basically nobody in the crowd because it is April 28th and it is 31 degrees out.
No one said it was the Saints.
But I'm just saying, like up in the north, they start a lot earlier. So having the advantage of starting at the end of May, you look outside, you see it's 80 degrees and sunny today. Perfect baseball weather. It's tough when you're a AAA team and it's 31 windy with a little bit of rain. That's kind of like sleet.
I've been to a game like that for your birthday.
Yes, I know. I was going to say as an April birthday, I've been to quite a few miserable weather, low drawing games, but I was there. I was there.
Got your pick of the seats.
I'll tell you, we get that in July up here, so that's not uncommon.
Another good reason to come to Duluth.
Yes.
Because when it's July, it doesn't get too warm when you get close to the lake.
Yep, absolutely.
Come to Duluth for the lake, for Bent Paddle, and the Duluth Huskies.
And the free air conditioning.
All right.
Free for us, maybe not for you.
For everybody.
Fair enough.
Someone's got to pay the bill.
All right, Josh.
Lake Superior pays the bill.
Yeah.
It's Nels, I think.
Do what now?
I think I was the split season question.
That wasn't
right?
the last one.
Oh,
That was we're talking AAA weekday
oh
games.
yeah.
All right, Nels.
Oh, yes.
Players in the Northwoods leagues often arrive with no contract guarantees and can be released mid-season with little notice.
True.
True. This is a development-first league. It is not job security. I read that on multiple teams' websites, so they're putting it out there. You are coming here to be developed, but unfortunately, it is a business, and if you're not producing, you may be moving on.
And if you choose not to develop, that's on you. That's on you, kid.
That's
Have you
what-
tried
step it
getting better?
That's what my doctor said when I was like, why am I not getting taller? It's up to you to develop.
That's why I got cut every year. I started out bad and I continued bad.
So you're short because you just didn't want it bad enough?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what the doctor said.
Okay.
I think I went in the wrong. We're going to end with
Yeah,
our guest. We're
that's
going to end with Eric.
All right.
Some players use the Northwoods League not just for development, but to completely change positions sometimes before returning to college.
True.
It is true. This is apparently something I'd never thought about. And when I was looking into, like, I was looking at other teams' websites, there were multiple instances of people saying, "Oh, we brought a shortstop in from this school, and he tried his hand at being a relief pitcher or a closer because he's got a rocket for an arm." And we developed those mechanics and getting him to the mindset. The next season he goes back to college, and they got a new pitcher. It was very interesting to read about.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, always bringing things back to the Tigers. But at Ohio State, Dylan Dingler, the starting catcher for the Tigers, played a lot of center field.
I'll allow it since you said Ohio State.
Yeah, well, he was a center fielder at Ohio State, and then ended up moving over to catcher, and last year won a Gold Glove at catcher. So at some point, you need an almost kind of risk-free environment to be able to try something new like that, where you're like, if it's not successful, so be it. We're here to try new things and try to develop it. And so, I mean, you've seen that. In fact, I have the Tigers game up right now. Kenley Jansen is pitching. He started as a catcher and became one of the greatest closers in the history of baseball. So you see those position changes all the time. At some point, they need to try it out.
Thank you all for coming to Tigers Talk.
Well, Jansen did most of his work, with He Who Shall Not Be Named, team-wise.
I'm with you. Well, guys, we did it. This is our second live show. Any last thoughts?
I would just like to say, not only to Bent Paddle, not only to the Duluth Huskies, but I know a number of entrepreneurs in the city of Duluth. Everyone who you come up with and interact with Duluth, who has a business, has an immense amount of civic pride. And so Duluth is one of the best places to visit because of that reason. Everyone here is here because they love the city and they want to see the city succeed. So if you come up here, you're going to get treated like a king or queen.
And believe it or not, we do not have a partnership with the tourism department of Duluth. So that was straight
I can tell you
from
what,
the heart.
Though, they're cutting this audio. And
That was a
putting it on
freebie.
They're cutting this audio and putting it on their website.
And Tyler's a true blue Minnesotan. So that's a man who knows his Minnesota.
Yes.
Well, thank you again to Bent Paddle. Thank you again to the Duluth Huskies, to Mike, to Eric, to Hannah, to Pepin, to Alex for getting us set up today. For everybody at Bent Paddle who's helped us get beers today, we really appreciate that. We didn't have to get up and chase them down. Thank you to Producer Man as well. Thank you to you guys for being here, and thank you for allowing us to come up and do this. This has been a blast.
Hey, this has been a riot. Mike said he had such a fun time. So thank you to you guys for reaching out and coming up here and making the trip and setting up and talking beer and baseball. This has been a fun time.
It's our two biggest passions.
Two biggest passions, beer and baseball. But that's it for us this week from Bent Paddle. Play the game, love the game. We'll talk to you in a few weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
We've been swinging a miss. Yay! My applause sign garnered very little response that time.